Hallo en baie welkom. Ek is so dankbaar dat jy die tyd vat om na die replay van gisteraand se webinar te kyk, waar Lisel die host was en waar sy verduidelik het, stap vir stap, hoe doodnormale mense met geen skills en geen huge followings in die aanlyn spasie begin en vir hulle self 'n aanlyn inkomste bou. Geniet hierdie webinar en as jy enige vrae het, is jy meer as welkom om te reply op hierdie e-pos of jy kan vir my 'n WhatsApp stuur. Lekker dag.
Comments where you watch. Awesome. And let me know, put a 1 in the comments if this is your very first time on a webinar like this. Very first time with us on a webinar. Let me put a 1 in the comments if it's your very first time. Okay, with us. Wow, we've got Mayat and Jan Kim Top first time. Awesome. I love it. I love it. If you've been here before, but you haven't started your online business, put a 2 in the comments. Let me see. Wisconsin, USA. I love it. I love it. I don't know. It sounds so quiet on here today, but I think it's because I'm used to the music. You guys all good. We are like, it's so cold where I'm at. We have like very bad weather. So I just hope the internet is all good. I'm sure it will be. Okay. So are you guys excited to be here? I'm excited. So welcome to our webinar, guys. You are going to hear some stories here tonight. Okay. That might be blowing your mind. Sunay, love it, love it. So I always like to give like a little disclaimer before we get going because, you know, a lot of people say a lot of things on social media and they make it seem like you don't work and you make all this money. And this is not what this is. Okay, you put an effort. It's just a way to work smarter instead of harder. Okay, who would like to work smarter? Put a yes in the comments if you would like to work smarter instead of harder, because this is what you are going to learn here tonight. Okay, so I want you to just get quiet in your room, wherever you are sitting. See if you can grab a pen and paper, because what you're going to learn is really valuable. It has the potential to completely change the direction of your life. If you've been in a cycle now that you're trying to get out of, but you don't know how to get out of the cycle, this is going to help you do that. Okay, so make sure you are quiet for the next 45 minutes or so. I'm going to take you through exactly how are we doing this, how are we breaking free, creating more freedom in our lives, and how anybody can do it that's willing to put in the effort. Okay, so let's get going.
Sally, before you get going, just put Zanel back on helping you with the hosting, please.
Oh, okay. Let me do that.
I'm good. I'm sorted. Thanks.
You're all sorted. Okay. Awesome. Mean team. Teamwork makes the dream work, eh? Okay. So I'm going to start sharing my screen so we can get into the good stuff. All right. So a lot of people think they need to go viral to, who on here thinks that you need to go viral or have like a lot of followers, or you have to be some type of social media guru to be able to create money online, create income online? Who thinks that? Me, says Wade, okay? Totally, totally, totally not the truth, okay? And after tonight, you're going to understand why I say that. You really do not need to go viral. In actual fact, you do more harm than anything else. Because if you are just trying to jump on trends and go viral, you can go viral and attract the wrong crowd. I know of people, guys, that have over 200, 500,000 followers. I spoke to someone today that has over 140,000 followers, but they are not monetizing that following. They're not making money with it. And they reached out to me because I'm going to show them how to do that. So get it out of your mind. It's really not about followers, because you can have people following you just for the sake of following you, but they're not necessarily going to buy from you, especially if they're not your perfect customer. Okay. Most people think they have to either go viral, have a lot of followers, and they have to have perfect content before they can start online. And it's simply not the truth. So let me ask you something. Do you feel like there are too many options online? Let me know in the comments. Just put yes if you feel like, yes, there's so many options. Do you feel like you should start, but you don't know how? Okay, if any of this is resonating, let me know. Have you ever thought, okay, I would love to get started online, but what do I even sell? Like, what am I even supposed to sell? Okay, so I see a lot of yeses. This is going to help you, okay? You are in the right place, because I'm going to break it down as if you don't know anything. It's normally not the effort, okay? It's the direction. And why I say it's the direction is social media is busy. We are over 5.3 billion people scrolling social media, and social media gets busy. Okay, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's also a lot of scams going online, and this is why the digital marketing industry is actually now they are tightening some things because a lot of people are abusing it by scamming other people. And that's the bad, sad part. But there will always be good stuff and bad stuff. The Bible talks about the good will increase, but the evil will also increase. Okay, this is why it's so important to get in a room of people that are on a journey and they know what's working instead of trying to figure it out on your own. Okay, so online there's many strategies. Okay, a lot of noise, but there's no real clear starting point. I mean, if you agree with me, just put yes in the comments. Like this one's telling you, do this. This one's telling you, no, make money with this, do drop shipping. This one's saying, no, do digital marketing. The other one says affiliate marketing. The other one says teach English online or whatever. Like it's crazy. And you're like, man, I don't want to go try all of these things. I just want a clear starting point. Like what would work for me? Okay. So don't let anyone fool you. There are really only two ways that you can make money. Okay. The one way is the traditional way. One way is you trading your time for money, and that looks like a job. You have to be at the job and you have to be there like 8 to 5, 9 to 5, or some work even more hours, okay? Or you have to be there because you get an hourly pay, or it's a limited time job. But the fact is, you have to trade your time, you have to put time in to get the money, okay? The second way of making money is digital leverage. This is when you use content like social media. Content is social media, emails, blogs, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram. That's content. Like content is what you create and people consume the content. Like right now, you are consuming a lot of content online because you're scrolling on your phone. Okay? How much time are you spending on your phone on a daily basis? Let me know in the comments. How much time? 2 hours? 7 hours? 8 hours? The entire day? Too much? I know, right? I know. So this is why I said working smarter, not harder, is you're already spending the time, my friend. You're already spending the time online. You just need to now learn how to leverage the time that you're already spending on there, okay? So digital leverage is through content, it's through systems, and it's through income, but that's not tied to your time. So instead of spending 8 hours on your phone on a daily basis, you can really make use of 2 to 3 hours or even less, where you can really just have systems working for you and leverage the digital era that we live in, okay? So let me give you a simple example, okay? You could post something once and it can keep on working for you time and time again. I mean, you do the post now. Let me just see in the comments here. When did you see about this for the very first time? Did you sign up for the webinar the very first time when you saw it? Or firstly, you had to get into someone's email list, or you had to watch a couple of videos first, and you probably went through their content through a thread a week ago, 4 months ago. See what I mean? So you see a piece of content that someone did once, but it keeps on working for them over and over and over again. I had someone buy from me the other day that has been a year watching me. It's crazy. But it's content, and someone came across a piece of content on my video that I've done very long time ago. And that's how they first discovered me. Was a content I did like ages ago. That's the power of social media, right? So it's not like you're trying to work more hours. You're just trying to create something that works even when you're not. Okay? I got a little chuckle the other day where I live. We have storms right now. Okay? So the kids' schools are closed this week. Yesterday and the day before yesterday. And when I was driving to another appointment, I was thinking to myself, I remember the times when I had my own beauty salon and I would stress when I couldn't go to work, because if I didn't work, I wasn't getting paid. But now the economy, the floods, the things that happen outside, it doesn't really have an effect on my income because my income is online. Okay? And the best part is about all of this is you don't need even to be an expert to start with this. You don't need to be an expert, okay? Here's what you do need. You need a product. If you want to be, who wants to be their own boss? Put me if you want to be your own boss. If you want to be your own boss, what does that mean, being your own boss? It means you are in control of your time. No one's checking up on you. You don't have to go somewhere, okay? If you want your own time and your time freedom, financial freedom, okay, you need something that you are selling, okay? We all need it. This is why people have their own businesses, because they are selling something. It's either a service or a product. So you need a digital product and you need a system. The system you need so that it can take the payments, so that it's like having a sales team. Like the traditional way of doing business is you have to be at the store, people are buying, and then you have like a system there in the store, right? Online, think about when you order something online. Let me ask you this. If you go tomorrow 2 o'clock onto Amazon on the Google, okay, you go to Amazon and you purchase something, do you get an email immediately, or do you have to wait until the world wakes up and then you get an email, or do you get it immediately? You can literally go throughout the night and you can go order something online and you will immediately get a response. That is an automated system. That's the system doing the work. Instead of you having to take the payment, the system does the payment. It does the following up for you. It's like a salesperson working for you, right? And then what you need is you need a way for people to find you. And the easiest, most cost-effective way where people can find you is where? You just told me you are spending too much time on it, okay? It's on social media. It's on your phone, okay? You cannot miss social media. Even if you try to avoid it, you can't. You might not even be commenting on social media, but you are watching people. And this is where people are spending most of their time. And it doesn't even cost you a thing to have people discover your product, okay? So a lot of people ask me, Lizelle, but what types of products do people buy online? Think about the digital products. It can be e-learning, okay? It can be like distance learning. Like we all know, you can go online now. You can register at a varsity. We don't have to go there anymore. We can do it online, right? So it can be something like that. It can be an ebook, okay? It can be stock photos. It can be communities or membership. Maybe you are already in a monthly membership, okay? It can be templates, something that, I know I used to do it when my kids were small. I would buy templates online for a birthday party because I didn't know at that time how to design. I will buy the templates and I could change it according to my child's birthday, okay? It can be online courses or mini courses. This is what digital products are. Some products you can immediately purchase and download like a PDF. And some products you can attend. It's live, it's active, okay? So is there a faster way, okay? Because let me know in the comments there, who wants to know the faster way? Put me if you want to know the faster way, because you can either go and create your own online course, or you can go and create your digital products. You have to learn how to create it. You have to test if it's profitable. You have to learn how to market it. You're probably going to need some money to get this going, okay? There is a faster way. And I'm glad you asked. Isn't that little one cute? Okay, I'm so glad you asked, because this is how excited I get when someone says to me, Lizelle, I want a better way to create freedom in my life, and how do I do it? I'm like, oh, I'm so glad you asked, okay? We call it a done-for-you model, all right? And what you're actually selling with a done-for-you model, because a lot of people ask me this, a done-for-you model, I like to call it a business in a box. That's what I like to call it. Like, you want a business, you want to create freedom, and you don't know where to start, and you don't know what you need. I have a business in a box, okay? But now people still ask me, okay, Lizelle, I can see it works. I can see people are creating freedom with this, but what do I actually sell? Is it a product? Is it a course? Is it just reselling a course? I'm just buying a course and I'm reselling a course, okay? No, you're not just selling a product, okay? You are building skills and you are building a business. Let me explain. So McDonald's, okay, is a franchise, okay? Traditionally, remember I told you only 2 ways to make money, traditionally or digital, okay? So McDonald's, traditionally, people would buy a franchise. Why would people buy a franchise? Why? Why, if you could start your own version of McDonald's and you can go do this all on your own, why would you want to buy a franchise instead? You want to buy a franchise because you don't want to try and figure it out on your own. You want to have something that's already proven to work. You don't want to figure out, okay, am I going to be profitable? I hope I can do this. And because trying to figure it out on your own, this is why so many businesses close within 3 years of starting, because they are trying to do it on their own. And this is why a franchise model works so well, because the business model has already been proven to be tested. It's already tested, okay? It's already proven to be profitable. Plus, with a franchise, you are learning from someone that already did it. So that person is showing you the recipes. They're teaching you, they're showing you the step by step and giving you the guidance. So you don't have to figure it out on your own, right? So, but opening a franchise, physical one, is a major financial commitment. You would agree, right? I mean, you need millions in upfront capital to start a franchise. And you need a large liquid cash contribution, because if you ever have looked into buying a franchise, because it is the easier, faster route, you know it's an expensive exercise, because liquid cash is, you need cash that's not debt, so that the franchisee, the franchise corporation or the owner knows that you're not going to be on so much pressure that you're going to give up within the first couple of months. Because the franchise understands to build a business, it doesn't happen overnight. Okay? And you need extensive training, a period. I'm specifically talking about McDonald's. You can go Google and check this. You can go check if I'm talking the truth here. Okay? There's an extensive training period that can last up to 9 months. So in other words, within 9 months, you have so much capital that you have to outlay. Plus, you have to have liquid cash. Plus, you have to go through the training and hope this works. So just that is quite an extensive and expensive exercise. Okay? Now, just to give you some stats, I've got South African stats here and I've got some global stats here. KFC dominates the South African market as a franchise, okay? It's a high-performing drive-through location. You all know that. Now, I went and I looked at the figures, okay? The average KFC makes over 200,000 Rand in monthly net profit. That's about $10,000, okay? But it requires an initial investment of over 6 million Rand, okay? The McDonald's, an average US McDonald's franchisee nets between $12,500 to $48,000 a month, okay? That is whatever they're roughly, okay, per location. But that's the net income, okay? So the profit margin is only between 10 to 15%. Plus you have to pay royalty fees and all of that, okay? Now, what if I told you that with a digital business, you can make this amount of money, and I'm not claiming that you will, because just like any business, it is a business at the end of the day, okay? It is a business. Not everybody is successful because not everybody wants to put in the effort, because a lot of people think it's a quick, rich scheme. You can make a lot better, faster, quicker money digitally because there's no overheads, there's no large investment, and it's digital, okay? So generating over 1.5 million in net profit per year, okay? Which is what a highly successful McDonald's franchise typically nets, is entirely possible with a digital info product business. Go and Google this, okay? A franchise requires millions in upfront capital, but a digital business can make a lot more money because it uses high profit margins, high ticket products. It uses automated marketing funnels and recurring revenue models. Okay, this is why digital, because just imagine quickly for a moment, a store like Shein or Zara or the online stores that have physical products, they still have to keep physical stock. Okay, so it's a tedious process. There's a large investment going on. A digital product, you don't need stock because it's digital, because you're selling information. Right? So how this actually works with our done for you business model is you start, okay? You already have a proven offer. So if you start with something that's already proven, you can earn while you learn. You don't have to wait 9 months until you go through training to be able to start generating some serious cash, okay? You learn how to market and sell online, because the main thing about our done for you business is you want to learn how to market. A lot of people have amazing products and services, but they don't know how to sell it. And that's the biggest thing I see. People think they can do this on their own. They create their own product and then they struggle to sell it. And then they think it doesn't work. It's not that it doesn't work. It's just because you don't know how to sell it. Okay. So you learn how to market and sell. And when you feel like you've got the results, you can go build your own because you would have the skills to build your own products and your own brand. It's just a lot of people, they like the ease of reselling the product that they don't want to create their own digital product. Okay? Why most people fail is they try to figure it out first. They feel like, I want to understand. It's like someone that buys a McDonald's franchise and say, I first want to understand the entire process before I invest. Okay? A lot of people overthink what they need to sell, or they just don't have a system. And the system is actually what brings you that freedom. If you have a system that works online for you 24/7, it means you can work less. All right? You don't need everything to have figured out. What you do need is you need a starting point. You need a system, and you just need a clear next step. Okay. So what you do daily, because a lot of people want to know, okay, this sounds like such a good thing right now. So what do? You just show up. You're already on your phone. You only post daily. You just show up and let people know about what it is that you have. Because here's the beauty of online business, guys. Let me ask you this. You've ordered something online, I'm sure, right? Yolanda says, yeah, I own a major franchise. It's very difficult. She's selling it now. Okay. So let me know in the comments, have you ordered something online? Maybe in the past 3 to 6 months. Just put yes in the comments if you have. Okay. So I'm sure you have, because that's where the world's going. When you ordered that something online, did someone have to convince you to go to that online store and buy? Or did you go and look for something? You went and you looked for something. That is the beauty of online business. You don't have to go and recruit and go look for people. If you know how to market online, people will come to you. They will come to your online link and they will purchase from you. Okay, so all you need to do is show up and then send people to one place, that's the link, and let the system do the follow-up. It's literally as simple as that. Okay, so here's how the visual system works. I call it's a funnel, okay? So you do your content, okay? When people see you on social media, they go to a page. Now, this is how you got here tonight. You went onto someone's social media. The very first time when you discovered this, you saw a video or maybe an ad or something. They gave you a link to a page and you started receiving emails. Yes? Let me know. You started receiving emails. Yes? Then, the page, domain, yeah, they started receiving emails. Those emails, that is what keeps this fresh in your mind. That's how online marketing works. Because people don't buy the first time from you. Most people don't. People need to see you 7 to 20 times. They need to be exposed to you 7 to 20 times to build the know, like, and trust. Because people buy from people they know, like, and trust. Okay? And this is why we know this works so well. Because at the end of the day, it turns into sales. Because we know the buyer's journey, right? They first see you. I mean, think about anything that you've purchased. You were probably thinking about it. And now you keep on seeing it. And at the end of the day, you thought, okay, let me purchase it. Okay? So, now that you understand how this works, at this point, you really have two options. Okay? You can either take what you've learned and you can go and try and piece this together on your own. You can go figure out how to set up the system. You can go figure out what you need to say. You can go figure out what digital product you want to build. Okay? And maybe you will get there eventually. Or you can take the faster route. Okay? That's what I did. And not all of you know my story, but I'm going to show you in a split second on why I started this online business. That's why I started it. I didn't start my online business because I wanted to get rich. I started my online business because I was looking to make $1,000 a month because I was working full-time in my beauty salon. I was used to a corporate salary. After COVID, it dipped. I opened up a beauty salon. You see, I went into something that all I knew was you have to work. You have to work hard and make the money. But I found myself building another prison because now I was working all the time, barely seeing my kids, barely spending life together. And I felt like work, sleep, repeat, work, sleep, repeat. And I was so tired of the financial pressure because I wasn't making it. And that's when I started looking for something. I started looking for something online and I was like, I cannot keep on doing. There has to be a way to work smarter. Now, I want to say to you tonight, if you've been thinking by yourself and you've been feeling that way of there has to be a better way, this cannot be the life that I'm supposed to live, then there's a reason you're here. And I don't just want you to hear my story. I want you to hear Yolandi. Team, just look for Yolandi. Because I always like to share what other people are going through. Yolandi is this brand spanking new person that was never in the online space before, that was looking for something extra. She was looking for more freedom in her life, to create more freedom. And she started, instead of figuring it out by her own, she started with my Done For You system that's called DMS. And I want you to hear it from her. Is she on, guys?
Hi,
Yolandi,
Lizelle.
thank you for coming to share.
So welcome. Thank you so much for having me. Good evening, everyone. I'm Yolandi. I am from Namibia, for those of you that don't know me yet. 4 months ago, I think actually, so the 14th of June, it will be 5 months officially. 4 months ago, I didn't know DMS existed. And I, for some or other reason, for the last 2 years or even more, maybe the time flies so fast, I had this desire that I really wanted to do something more. And me and my husband has been talking about, but what can you do extra that doesn't claim your family time and that is actually worth it, worth your time that you invest? And long story short, one of my friends, her name is Anisha. I think you might know her, Anisha Moore. She's also part of DMS. And she, I've been watching her on social media from last year, October. And in January month, she came from holiday and she made a post on social media. I just made another 16,000 Namibian dollars. And I'm like, how is that possible? And I found her, I'm like, can you please come and explain to me, what are you doing? Like, what are you busy with? Because I need to know more. And we had the coffee and then I got introduced to DMS. And I really took a leap of faith. I decided I'm gonna do DMS. I'm gonna try it. I phoned my husband. I was like, I really want to do this. And he's like, okay, but where are you going to get the money from? And I'm like, I'm going to take my child savings. And if it doesn't work, I will definitely try my best to put back the amount of money I took on a monthly basis from my salary. Needless to say, almost 5 months later, and I have the privilege of out earning my monthly salary now for the third time. And I am like, I'm screaming from the inside, because I started with no experience. I really didn't even know what digital marketing was. I stepped into something I didn't know. I really didn't even know what's a funnel. Like, when someone asked me, what is a funnel? I'm like, I don't know. I don't even know what's a lead. So, so that was, I really just stepped into something new. And today, I think if it was not for DMS, I would definitely not have been where I am today. I am forever grateful for the system and the structure and the Done For You system and the module and the community that has been here cheering me on, leading me, guiding me, coaching me all the way. And yes, I started very overwhelmed. I was like, yes, I'm going to do this. This can't be so hard. And then when I bought the starter, I got this anxiety, and like I felt like I couldn't breathe, and I was like, I can't do this. I don't know what I'm doing. I really like I already made plans in my head on, okay, I will need to pay this back in my child savings, like. And long story short, when I connected and plugged into the community, it literally takes you step by step where you need to go, into what direction. And yes, I also didn't start it knowing, okay, I'm going to sell this and I'm going to sell this. I know this, I'm going to do this. No, I did not. But now I have a lot of clarity. I know I have this very calm feeling of knowing I have a community that supports me, that guides me, that is there cheering me on, and is there celebrating my wins as well. And that is such a privilege to be part of this community. So thank you so much, Lizelle, for changing my life like 180 degrees. And yeah, thank you for
Oh,
making us part of being here. It's a big privilege. Thank you so much.
thank you, Lindy. You know, and I mean, she did the work. Okay, it's not because of me. She did the work. I mean, you'll have this opportunity, but at the end of the day, it's what you make of it. Are you starting? Are you know, whatever you want to change? And I still say today, it's not someone else's responsibility to create a new future for you. It's not someone else's responsibility to change your life. It's your responsibility to plug in, do the work, and be on a mission to change your life with all the support that you get here. Thank you so much, Lindy. I really appreciate you sharing.
Thank you so
Let me
much.
go find my thingy here. Okay. So that's why I created it. I created not another course, but a done for you system that shows you exactly what to do, because I could see a lot of people were struggling with online business because it was so complicated for them, and there was just too many options. And all I wanted other people to experience the freedom that I've created. And that's exactly why I created it. So DMS is completely different to anything else out there, because it's not just something that you purchase and you left on your own. Okay? We don't spoon feed, but it's if you plug in, you'll get the results, because we all are building a business. But it's much easier to build it with other people than it is to build it on your own. That I do know. So inside DMS, you're not starting from zero, okay? You're getting a system that already works. You get content that you can all actually use. So you don't even have to think about, okay, how do I create this? We show you step by step, a clear path, support you don't get stuck, okay? So instead of spending weeks to figure this out, you can literally start now, have your business set up in 24 hours. You can get immediate access in your business, your system. We set that up for you in 24 hours. So just to show you, we are not just a fly-by-night story, okay? We've been featured on Fox News, Expresswise, CBS News, and a lot of places. I'm just putting 5 on the screen because we're not just make money online. It's all about growing in your business, growing in your leadership. There's a lot of business coaching in here, because at the end of the day, I would much rather have you build freedom for your life than just make a couple of bucks this week. If you are here just to make some money for this week, this is probably not going to be for you. But if you are here that, Lizelle, I want to completely change my life 360 degrees. I'm not happy with where I am right now, but I don't know how to move forward, then this is going to be for you. Okay. We're also registered with CPD. It's an international recognized program. We are in the process of getting accredited with them, okay? Because it's not just, if you get in here and you learn the skills, you don't even have to resell it. You can go and apply those skills in any business, in any sphere of life. You will never have to work for a boss again if you learn these skills, okay? Real people having real results. You heard Yolindi's story. This is screenshots from out the community. Murray, she said an unexpected pro sell. She made over $1,000 on that. Latasha made over $30,000 in 6 months with it. And again, I'm not saying that you're going to become a millionaire overnight. I'm saying if you're willing to treat this as a business as it is, and you're willing to grow, you can get there a lot faster, because if we can do it, what is keeping you from doing it? if we can do it, let's start it from scratch. Why not you? Nicola, she made over 6,400 in 8 days because she did not give up. And I like to brag a little bit about Nicola because she started and she didn't even want to show her face online, people. Like her fiance was the very first customer of mine that made his 6 figures in dollars online. And initially, we were in a different program and we just made it a lot more simple. And then she said, well, she's seeing the results, she's seeing the potential, but she's scared to show her face. And then in DMS, what she learned the confidence. She learned to get out of her own head because she got some coaching around in that area. And she finally bite the bullet and she just decided to just go for it. She's averaging, she's on here, she's averaging over $10,000 a month consistently inside here. And I mean, she's 24 freaking years old, people, you know. We've got young people in here, we've got old people in here, we've got middle-aged people in here, whatever you call it. It's not about age. It's about, are you willing? Do you have a vision for your life? Do you want to change it? You know? So do you need experience? No. Do you need your own product? No. Do you need to show your face? No. Okay? Do you need to be online all day? No. You do not need more information. If you agree with me, put agree in the comments there because you already have a lot of information. You already have YouTube, you've scrolled social media, you already have so much information, right? What you do need is you need the right system. And I'm not just here referring to a physical system that's going to do, the sales process for you online. I'm calling like a system, 1, 2, 3. This is how you do it. This is how you go from being in a vicious cycle to actually changing your future. Okay? What you do get in DMS stands for Digital Magnetic System. It is a digital marketing system. It's not a course to sell a course, okay? It's an entire business system with business coaching that teach you how to grow with your business as well. So you get the system, we set it up. You don't even set it up yourself. You get the content. For your first 30 days, you've got content. In the Pro, you get monthly content. So if you don't ever want to create your own content, we've got the content monthly. Funnels, okay. If you don't know what's a funnel, just see it as extra income streams, okay? And coaching inside it, multiple income streams that you get here, okay? The reason also that DMS is so different, it's an affiliate program. So you get 90% affiliate commission. That means you can make anything between $400 to over $1,000 per sale, okay? You do not need PayPal. You don't need Stripe. You don't need to have a payment gateway. That's why we made it affiliate. The 10%, you know where the 10% goes to? The 10% is not profit for DMS, by the way. The 10% is the payment fees because PayPal and Stripe each take over 4% on each transaction. And what DMS does is DMS handles the payment and the money can get paid into your bank account. Again, bank fees. So that 10% goes to the bank fees. Okay. This is a global business. This is why we work in dollar. Okay. You get done for you content. No other program gives you this. You can learn and earn at the same time. And what we teach that's different from any other program out there, we teach you how to build your brand. It's just people like DMS so much that some don't want to build their own brand. They just want to keep reselling it because it's so convenient, right? So who this actually works for is moms, parents, people that don't have a lot of time, or 9-to-5ers that they are already working, but they're looking for something that's fast. This has been built for speed. This is why everything's basically done for you. You can just get started because it works for people that have limited time. Someone that maybe wants to start something part-time, they want to start building it up and then leave their 9-to-5 or do both. It works for beginners that, you want to get started in the online space, but you don't have a product, or people who don't want to be glued to their phone their entire day. Okay. Here's another example. Nina, beautiful lady. Okay. She made over $10,000 in her first 5 or 6 weeks, I think it was. Okay. Here she made a post. I'm incredibly grateful, still a little in awe. This was only in the beginning. She made over $1,500 in her first week. And I mean, if she was on here, you would hear her say it was a humbling process for her because she already actually had an established business and she just wanted to create this additional income stream. Okay. She was committed. She followed the steps and she took the action. And this is why she got results. Okay. So now the real question is, Where do you want to be in 3 months? That is the real question. Do you want to be in the same place where you are right now? Because either or is going to happen. You're either going to carry on in the same place and be there in 6 months, and we all know how quickly time flies, right? We're already in half of the year. Or you're going to be building something real and feel confident and finally working towards that life that you want to build. Okay. So here's how you get started. Let's first look at what would it cost you to do it yourself. Okay. So if you had to put all this together yourself and you get the tools and the website hosting and the copywriting and the content and all of that, okay, it's going to cost you anything between $2,500 to $5,000. Just a funnel, guys, is going for that price now. Just the funnel is a minimum of $2,500. So just to have someone build that for you is what it's going to cost. Then you have no guarantee of sales. You still need to build your own offer and you still have to learn how to sell it after the investment. Okay, but with DMS, you don't have to. So with DMS, we've got 2 ways on how you can get started. The first one is the DMS Pro. Okay, this is when you get the full done for your business setup. You get 2 products. One you can make over $400 with. The other one you make just over $1,000 with per sale. You get 12 additional PLR products. Those are private label right products, which means you can rebrand and resell it as your own. You know, you can sell it or you can bundle it together. You get a 30-day content strategy plan, faceless marketing strategy, advanced launch strategy on how to average and go over $10,000 a month online, your perfect customer masterclass, because who are you talking to? Magnetic sales formula is all about sales psychology. Why do people buy? You know, and how can you do your messaging so that your message lands, and how to get out of your own head, because we all have limiting beliefs. You also get an entire course on how to create your own digital products, but we actually build it out with you because you get the templates. You can literally just import the entire funnels, all of that. Okay. And like you saw, you get certification with it as well. One of the main things that is really a game changer in DMS is the pod coaching. You get into small groups where 5 and 6 figure earners in dollars coach you. Imagine being in a group every second week where you get to speak to a 5 or 6 figure earner and dollar coach, where they can help you and guide you and tell you if you're on the right path or not, right? That in itself, guys, is worth a lot of money. We get guest speakers, 6 and 7 figure earners that coming to speak in the community. Just the total value of that is actually much more now, because some of it is actually would cost you monthly. It's far over 6. I would say between $6,000 and $10,000. But for DMS Pro, we wanted to make it accessible. So that's why we did a one-time payment of $1,197 and a one-time payment of $75 activation fee. What is that activation fee for? You need a professional email address and you need a hosting company. You need it. If you have a business, you're going to have to pay it anyway. We're doing the setup and everything for you. And this is why we charge that one-time fee. And you can renew it annually to keep your email and your domain, or cancel it if you want to cancel it and do your own thing. But we do the setup, everything for you, and that's only once off that you pay for it. So a lot of people can't start with the Pro. Okay, some people are like, I'm not ready to go all in. Okay, I just want to first get a feel of how it works, and then I'll upgrade to the Pro later. And some are, I would love to get on the Pro, but financially, I just cannot do this now. Okay. And then that's why we have the payment options, but we also have a starter option. But before I get to the starter, here's what you're getting if you start tonight. Okay. If you start tonight, we're going to put you on a newbie call. That's a newbie call where we will show you live exactly what your next steps are. Everything is inside the program, but instead of just putting you in a program and letting you go through videos on your own, we like to get on a live call with you so that we can take you through exactly how this works. Then what else you are getting is you're getting the secret sales weapon. This is a bot. It's like having a coach in your pocket. This bot creates your emails for you. She writes your content for you. Man, she gives you confidence boost on a daily basis. If you say like, help me, how can I make $5,000 this month? She gives you a strategy plan. She has been trained on a multi 6-figure strategy. Okay. Like anyone can go to ChatGPT and say, help me create content. It's going to create generic content where she has been trained on stuff that is working. Plus, if you join tonight, okay, and you start your business now, you'll be set up in 24 hours and you can take this weekend to go through everything if you want to and start posting by Monday, or you can start already. But you will be getting an AI twin module too. What that is if you don't want to show up online, you can create an AI twin, okay? And I'm showing you exactly how to do this so that you don't have any excuse to get going in your online business. You'll get the system absolutely free. We're not going to charge you for this system, okay? This system is absolutely free, where a lot of systems cost a minimum on a monthly basis. We give it for you, okay? Then you're going to get content templates. If you're on the pro, you'll be getting that on a monthly basis. But doesn't matter where you start, you'll get your 30-day of content that you can copy and paste. Plus, on the pro, you will be getting the bi-weekly group coaching, okay? If you start on the starter, you'll be in our normal Monday call. There's a lot of live calls happening in the community, okay? Here's just a little bit sneak peek on how the chatbot works. Okay, I call it a chatbot, but it's a secret sales weapon. Here's a little, based on my perfect customer, create me content for today. But you can just say, create content for me, or write my email or answer this DM. She creates everything for you. So just to give you a little bit of a snapshot of what she does, there we go. She gives you everything. She's already trained on what works and what doesn't. Okay. So the DMS starter, that is our other option. That one goes at $497, a once off $75 activation fee. We also have a payment plan on this one. Okay. So the starter includes everything that you need to be able to start generating an income online. It also gives you PLR products. Okay. It also gives you live calls. It just doesn't give you as much as the DMS Pro. The DMS Pro is for fast scaling. Okay. It's because we need support. Right. Okay. So the real question is, are you going to keep on thinking about it, or are you going to start? Okay. That's the question. So here's what you do. You get back to the person that invited you to this webinar tonight. You received an email that invited you to this webinar. Reply to that email and ask them for the link so you can check out these two programs and choose with which one you want to start. And if you have any questions, they are waiting to answer those questions for you. But the truth of the matter is, you might be watching this and going and thinking about it and start talking yourself out of it. Why do I say that? Because that's what I did. Okay, I was talking myself out of it, although I had this burning desire of changing my life. And because I was in a very bad financial situation, here's what I did. I didn't have the money to start with a done for you program or to start even online. I didn't have the money. And instead of saying, oh, I would love to, but I don't have the money, I said to myself, Lizelle, I don't want this to be your story all the time. Instead of saying I don't have, ask, how can you get it? That's how I changed my mindset. And I was like, I'm going to do this. But then I ran promotions in my salon. And the moment I wanted to buy, I was doubting again. I was like, I can use this money for paying my children's school fees, or I can do this. But you know what? We pay for stuff every single month that don't pay us back. Every single month you're taking out money for stuff that can never pay you back. And what I did was I invested in a course that time so that I could learn the digital skills, so that I could learn how to create more income instead of depending on one source of income. And that is what changed it. I went from zero to making my first $100,000 in 7 months online. Okay. $1 million in 6 months in South African Rand. I now make it in a much shorter period of time. I've made over more than $500,000 online. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying to you what is possible if you are willing to learn how other people that are successful are doing this. Because if you don't know how to get out of the cycle that you're in, the best way to get out of it is learn from someone that's been where you are and living a different life right now. Okay? Isn't that true? It's better to always learn from someone that's a few steps ahead. And this is what's been working, not just for me, but for thousands of us. So the question is, where do you want to be in the next 3 months? You already know it's been 6 months into this year. Do you want to be in the same place, or do you want to be in a better place? The choice is up to you. The choice I can't make for you. What I can promise you is if you decide you really want this and you start, you will be in the best place, in the best soil that you've ever been to reach your full potential and really change your life. Because this is what we stand for. This is what we do. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for joining. We're going to go. We're going to love and leave you. Get back to the person that invited you here and come and introduce yourself in the community. We are literally so excited because it's DMS's 1 year anniversary this month. And we are doing some amazing stuff inside our community and we want you to be a part of it. So don't sit on the bench anymore. Come and join us and come introduce yourself. Cheers, everybody.